Sorry, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. It's okay.
I was counting us in.
All right. Hello to
Hello.
all of you. Hi. Fine folks of the internet. Welcome to Rolls Revamped. We're starting our first long-form actual play series today, and here on Rolls Revamped, we like to take and create all of the bespoke mechanics for our games to play the finest RPGs out there. Today we're going to be going over Kids on Bikes, we're going to be going over classic sad vampire boyfriend, and we'll also be going over a little bit of Good Society and what of those systems we want to use in our game.
Yeah. We're basically doing kind of like a little session 0, so a little bit like character backgrounds, character building, and yeah.
Yes, so before we get started on the Sanguine Society and our characters and introductions, I wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors. We have some affiliates. We've got Dice Legion, Hero Forge, and Humble Bundle. You can find all the links below if you want to get yourself a discount. You get a cool product and or service, and you also help support our show, so that would be really cool. We also have a coupon code for our last actual play for Beyond the Golden Vault. We have a link below for you that you can go check out. I believe it's 25% off the PDFs. Yes, and I mean,
if you're in the mood for a heist after a certain movie and you want to play your own, definitely go check it out.
Yes, it's very convenient and very good. And of course, we all really, really, really enjoyed it, so I believe that you would as well. Well, we can do some introductions real quick. I did want to do an icebreaker for this one. For our very first time talking about our characters for the Sanguine Society. And I want to ask, what's a good childhood memory for your character? Their actual childhood. We have some long-lived people. Maybe their first childhood?
Maybe first or most recent childhood. We have a lot of timeline shenanigans.
Yes, while you guys are
if you've had one prolonged life, maybe your original childhood, but if you've had multiple sort of then maybe your most recent childhood. Anyways.
Most recent childhood. Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into it.
We've got some interesting characters is what we'll say on all that. But I can go first if everyone needs time to think, and then I'll pass it over to Rem. Let's see, I am Lee Baldwin. I use many pronouns. Right now, I'll be using he, him for Vlad Dracula, and Vlad uses, his favorite childhood memory. Oh my god. It was the 1400s. Everything sucked. I don't
know. He just loved playing that stick and hoop so much. Like,
that's like the
Phoebe's first impaling.
Yeah, it's
his first impaling. How old would he have been? His first.
I mean, mine was 7, so.
Just light stabbing.
Just the light stabbing. I think that he actually spent a lot of time in a house that wasn't his. So he spent a lot of time in, I want to say it was Transylvania, even though he was born Wallachia. But so he spent a lot of time in like the gardens that was at this estate, and looking over all the different plants and stuff. And so he really has fond memories of looking at flowers and plants in sunlight.
Oh, sad.
And how bright the colors were.
Oh. Did he ever find like a vendor who sold him some magical beans and then he planted the beans in the garden?
Not while he was meditating in the gardens. No.
Well, this is just a throwback to Lee and I
it's-
playing the Yogg.
If you haven't played the Yogg yet, you should. It's a great game.
really
Very
good.
good. Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you, Rem?
Shit. I was hoping that I could add some comedic effect to buy time, and then I got distracted. But yes, hello. I'm Rem. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Aurelio, who uses he, him pronouns. And a childhood memory for Aurelio. I think growing up, he grew up in like the early to mid 1800s, and I think that spent a lot of time like with his sister, who was a bit younger, but doing little like needlecraft, like little, something that's a little bit more, I don't know, maybe traditionally like feminine coded, but little like needlework projects she was working on. And he would kind of like practice and follow along with her. And the two of them were very close. So I think that was a treasured memory. And I will choose Haley for my next victim.
All right. So I'm Haley, she, her, and my character's fondest memory was meeting.
Who's your character?
What? Oh, sorry.
Who's your
My character is Sorika. Sorika McKay. And she's from Scotland, and she was born in 1720. I know this off the top of my head. 1721.
Hey.
In a small village in northern Scotland. And her fondest memory was when Bee's character moved to her small village, and they became very fast friends. And so, showing her around the village and them getting into all kinds of shenanigans.
It's Sorika, is it McCoy?
It's like okay. It's like the Scottish pronunciation is like McCoy, like McCoy. Yeah.
I'm still wrapping my mind around this
because it's like
name.
The Scottish pronunciation. It's a work in progress. We're doing our best. It's spelled McKay, but like in the Scottish, I believe it's pronounced like McCoy.
McCoy.
Or something. If I'm wrong, Scottish viewers, correct me.
Yeah.
Please. Yes.
To fix it.
And now I will throw to B. I'm pointing this way because that's where they are on my screen.
Hi, I'm B. Any pronouns are fine for me, but as well as I do play Talia is the current life of my character. They are mortal, so they also have a couple past lives that we'll be touching upon. The most recent life, I guess a childhood memory, would be she has she, her pronouns now, but again, gender throughout the years. When you have past lives, it's a thing, but currently
Even
she is
soupier.
a female at birth. Yeah, it's just, old souls have no gender really, technically. But her current really meaningful childhood memory of this life would be when she was 6 years old. And you know how kids are picky about eating, but then they were served cabbage rolls. And something about that, when they had that food, something happened. Food and memory is very linked together, and they don't know it yet. She doesn't know it yet, but she kind of almost had a vision of one of her past lives, which would be Aurelio's sister. So in that sense, that was the first kind of like time where she's getting associated with like something's different about me, something I can feel that there's more to life. And again, as a young child, she doesn't really know what's up with this, but she had a little flashback of just hearing a voice she never heard before in the back of her head as they were eating cabbage rolls, just nicely with them.
It's so cute.
That's so good.
Love it.
Yay. Choose your victim.
All right. I choose Mary Lee.
Well, that's dangerous. Hi, I'm Mary Elise. My pronouns are they, them. And character I'm currently playing is Key Reyes, and her pronouns are she, her. She was born in 1969 in Mexico City.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And her favorite childhood memory, so we're going to specifically into that age group, would be when she had recently gotten beat up for being a tomboy, which was in actuality because she was a lesbian. But like grade school, middle school, you don't really have any understanding of that. And so she was beat up and she ran away, and she ran into this library and found this really lovely librarian who sort of semi-adopted her and just like taught her how to love books and how to love research, and like really opened up the entire world to her, and that there was so much more than she had been living. And so yeah.
That's really sweet.
So much more than this provincial life. We love it.
Tossing it.
I think it's just me left, right?
Yeah.
Just you.
Yeah.
Over to Rowan.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Wynn Mallory, who uses he, they pronouns. And Wynn's favorite childhood memory is probably when he was a kid. Their family had like a cottage in like, the kind of northern Ontario, and
Cottage country.
yeah, and would just like spend the summer there, just kind of like left to his own devices, just kind of like wandering around in the woods and swimming in the lake and stuff. And so he just kind of fondly remembers that just like summertime, it's hot, and you just kind of like are sitting in the lake and it's quiet around you. And yeah, that's his favorite memory.
Yay.
That's like Calvin and Hobbes' memory. That
Yeah,
idyllic
just-
woods that he's always next to.
Yeah, just kind of being let loose in the wilderness as a kid.
Yeah.
That is most of Canada once you get past the like bottom half.
Yeah.
Bottom like fifth.
Yeah.
Bottom.
There's a fine
There's
line.
a small ribbon at the bottom where all the cities are. Yep.
Yep.
Most of us are Canadian, so this is just a bit.
Yeah.
Me pulling on my own
I'm
childhood in
outspoken
Ontario?
American
No.
here.
I'm American. I
you.
just live in Canada.
Hell yes.
You're an honorary Canadian.
I am a permanent resident.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Got a card and everything.
Yay! You didn't even have to get green card married.
So I had
You didn't
considered
have
it.
to, but
You still could, I guess.
all right. So I figured first we can kind of go over the rules that we are looking at for Sad Vampire Boyfriend. That is the basis of this game, which is a one-page document detailing one of the greatest games I've ever played. So, I mean, you did a great job, Grant. So, but we are adding a little bit of new rules, considering we have some people that want to play something besides vampires, and that sounds really cool, and we like those ideas. So
We've taken a one-page RPG and just made it incredibly more complicated and added many more pages. So that's how
so
we
many more
roll.
pages.
Many more pages.
Still technically one page. You just keep unfolding it and stuff like that.
yeah.
One page doesn't
Scroll.
specify the size of the page.
Yeah.
It's a really big page. The text is really small.
Oh my god. But yeah, so one of the first things that you do when making a vampire or a mortal or a werewolf or a entity or a unaging soul in Sad Vampire Boyfriend is you choose your flaws. Everybody has flaws. And these flaws give you angst. Angst is what you use to do cool shit in Sad Vampire Boyfriend. So we've all chosen our own cool shit to do, but before we do that, we choose our flaws. So, Vlad's flaws are brooding for 1 hour. It's very important to get your brooding in every day. Hunting for blood, sometimes. And he also practices archaic arts. Now, this does not mean magic. In this case, it is something old that you do. Vlad, Vlad practices some instruments. He plays cello, violin, organ, and piano.
But he might make magic with those instruments, so that's
so sweet. All right, Remick, how about Aurelia? What's he got for flaws?
Oh shit. Yeah, for Aurelio, I picked brood for at least an hour because naturally practice some archaic art and make a promise to someone. I always forget because I have still never used this one, but now is the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
And what are his archaic arts that he does?
It's mostly needlecraft, cross stitch, embroidery.
We love that for him.
Yeah. Someday I'll pull out. I have my own bag of cross stitching stuff somewhere here, and I don't recall where it is, but someday I'll figure that out.
Someday I'll
Who-
appear.
Yeah. Well, we can go in the same order. I think I picked Haley.
As the other vampire, my flaws are practice some archaic art. She sings a lot of old Gaelic songs, and she also plays the bagpipes and the violin.
And she also kills Englishmen, so.
He does. That's truly her favorite art form. Yeah, the archaic art of killing the English. The thing that she is most passionate about in this world.
I have had never love an anchor stuck in my head, but now I'm thinking never trust the English. Never love to the same. Anyway.
On some level, I think I always understood that you can never trust the English.
Yes. So just some backstory. She did fight in the Battle of Culloden and was killed by an English soldier and then turned by said English soldier. So she's got a lot of like
compound trauma.
Justified, okay?
She has some
not
baggage
only
with the
hundreds of
English.
years of hate, so.
She's just been stewing for a while. It's fine. And her other vampire flaws is making a promise to someone and also brooding for at least an hour.
It's a classic. You got it.
Yeah, it's a classic. You got to do the brooding.
So
You
it's
got
so good.
You can all brood for an
Become
hour
the
over some
chicken.
tea sometime.
Yes. Yeah, just like group brooding sessions.
Just
So
I was
great.
sitting there grumpily.
It's just like
Stupid.
just
Yes.
staring brutally into the middle distance, but with your friends.
Who's your friend? In the brood.
Isn't that just transit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing to B.
Yeah, so my mortal flaws are trespass on a forbidden ground because why would things be available to get to if I could get to it, you know? Storm off during a disagreement because, you know, just what you do, you can't, you know. And
Because
then
you
get
are
yourself,
the drama.
because you are, because I am the
You're
drama.
the drama.
It is just a mortal thing. And then get yourself in danger because danger just is a magnet for my character.
Apparently.
And then I also picked sense a vampire or other supernatural creature. discover a creature's weakness.
Oh, we're gonna go over those next.
Are those going to
But
move,
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
or are we
sorry,
still
sorry.
on flaws?
You're
Oh,
fine.
sorry.
We'll
Sorry,
do
I was
those
reading
next.
off like the sheet that I have. Okay, sorry.
Hee
Then
hee
ignore me.
hee.
Saw nothing.
So,
Hell yeah. Did you say all three? I'm bad at listening.
Yes, they did.
yes.
Okay, great.
Now it's to Mary Elise, right? Was
Yeah.
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 And because I happen to really, really, really like werewolves
what?
a lot.
No.
Sorry,
It's-
who? You?
I don't know, maybe I just like really, really like wolves.
It's not like that's your whole entire brand or anything.
No. I also like Furbies, so there's just like a little
You're
bit of
There's
difference.
that too.
multifaceted. There's a lot of
Multifaceted.
layers there.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah.
So I help build sort of the werewolf versions of flaws and stuff for the game. And so Key's werewolf flaws are: one, recall memories from previous ancestors who wore the hide, because we're going with more of a berserker type mythology. Rather than being bitten by a werewolf, it's actually passed down through a hide that is worn, but that actually fuses to your body. So similar to the Order, if you know that. The other flaws are meet up with members of your pack and eat to recover transformation calories.
Oh, we're
Carb
gonna have
load.
a hungry character. Oh,
Of
that's
course.
good.
Gotta munch.
Bungie.
The munchies.
A
I
hungry
mean,
boy.
Key is well known at most Denny's around 3 a.m.
You won't like her when she's hangry.
Well, this is gonna be
So
perfect
good.
because I don't think you know. It's like, remember, my character's a chef.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
Be
it's gonna be
perfect.
great.
It's gonna be so many food metaphors. It's good.
Yeah.
Fond memories. All right, and our most oddball, I would say, Rowan.
Yeah.
The
Hi.
oddest bean.
So
Very
how
special
much
boy.
how much are we getting into? How much are we revealing right now in terms of
Ooh.
my character being a little odd?
I think as
A
long as
special
like everyone
child.
can agree not to metagame, like we can talk about whatever we want. You know,
Yeah.
our characters
Uh,
don't necessarily know anything though. So
So Win is possessed. So Win's flaws are to do with the entity that is currently taking up residence in his head, thanks to a cursed amulet.
Is it in his
Amulet.
head?
Yeah, it's in his head.
Okay, cool.
So
As a-
he hears.
where else would it be? Where?
I mean,
It's
there's
happened.
lots
We're
of
not
places in a
talking.
body.
What?
Okay.
I mean,
Sometimes it's your heart, man.
that might
What
be
if it was
empowered
in his
later.
heart? That'd be sweet.
I mean, I don't know. He hears the voice in his head. It could be
Is that just
elsewhere.
because
I
that's
don't know.
where your ears are, though, and he's used to hearing things in his head? I
Ooh.
don't-
Listen, it
Don't
could be
listen
in his
to
heart.
me.
I don't know. But so I think the flaws that I was going to go with, because again, we were coming up with this, and I definitely was not finalizing this right now while you guys were talking.
No, that's fine.
But I think I was going to go with basically brewed for an hour,
Yes.
but about, the entity being trapped inside of his brain.
So wait, is it the
Uh,
entity brooding because he's trapped, or is it? I have
Bit of
so
column
many
A, bit of column B.
questions.
It's
Yay.
cooperative brooding.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Also, argument with yourself / being of two minds. So having
Yeah.
like serious disagreement with the other thing in your head, and then also putting yourself in danger or getting it over your head.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited. Okay, perfect.
I feel like another flaw should have been not knowing your right from your left. That's a bit
Alright.
targeted.
That's just life.
Your other
trying-
left.
Actively trying to not pull too strongly from any given piece of media.
Definitely very inventive and all on our own that we made
Yay.
this. We try and make it our own.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, listen, my character definitely didn't start as just a parody of Viago from What We Do in the Shadows. So listen, it's fine.
It's fair. It's fair. I think we all started as jokes.
I
Yes.
accidentally got serious about it.
Yep. Yep.
I started from a pin, thank you very much.
Ooh.
It
We
said
have a
support your
pin?
local Lycan biker gang. And I'm just like, that's amazing. But now I need a Latinx lesbian Lycan biker. So that's
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So next thing that we can do is that we have special powers that we can use with our angst. These are going to cost just like a certain amount of points. We'll go through tricks first, and then powers, and then what we call showstoppers. That's going to be your biggest spenders, and a little bit like Powered by the Apocalypse, we're going to have consequences or no consequences. So you can spend a little bit more to make sure nothing bad happens, or you can just spend a little bit less to just make anything happen.
I love consequences.
Yeah.
The consequences
I like
of my
the
own
idea of
actions.
consequences.
Shit.
Experiencing them is a little bit different
Behold,
sometimes.
Cat.
Behold. Sorry. Yes, vampire things. Vlad has moves he can do. Do we want to go through all of them, or do we want to go through each set for each character? Just run through all of the moves?
Yeah, do we want to just do each set for each character, or
Sure.
maybe we could do all of them?
Okay.
I just said yes.
Yep.
I just said yes. Yeah,
Yes, you did.
I'm helping.
Both is good.
Both is good.
All right, I'm just gonna say all of them because it's gonna
Okay.
be faster.
Yeah.
So for tricks, I chose Watch Unseen from the Shadows, and then I also chose lighting or snuffing candles or lights because I think that's very spooky and fun and dramatic. So. For powers, I chose Plant a Suggestion in a Mortal's Mind or Freely Climb Walls. He's got spider climb. I love that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very spooky.
Gotta have spider climb.
Showstoppers, I chose Summon a Sunblocking Storm because Dracula always got his mist around him. He's got... But it only lasts an hour, okay? And just, you better walk fast.
You also just want to be the drama.
I also want to be the drama.
Yeah.
I am playing Dracula, so...
Yay.
Comes with territory.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comes
Hell
with it.
yeah.
And I'm sorry my screen is bouncing. My cat is shoving her face against the back of my laptop.
Luna, no.
She's like, a new friend.
It smells weird. We need to fix this.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So what
Is
about
that me now?
Aurelio? Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. For Aurelio, for tricks, I've got Watch Unseen from the Shadows, and I've also taken light or snuff out candles or lights, because sometimes you have to make an entrance. For powers, I have got, I think I did super speed and uncover a secret or a lie, because I like knowing the secrets. And then I've got for showstopper, which of these did I pick? I may have forgotten.
You can pick a different one. You can pick right now. That's
I
what
can pick
did.
right now. It's fine. I kind of want to do turn into a cloud of bat/mist because that's
Heck
just classic. That's such
bad.
classic vampire
That's
energy.
my first goal is to level up so I can get that again. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna mark these down so I remember them for next time.
What a
Oh my
concept.
god. My cat is just... Luna, please.
What's the cat?
Luna.
Show us the bean.
Luna, stop. She's like trying to turn my laptop. His tail.
She wants to be a vlogger. She wants to be a Twitch
A Twitch
star, a Twitch star,
Streamer cat.
streamer
cat.
cat.
Stream.
Yay!
All right. Well.
Yes, let's we can go to Haley. Yeah, let's do all the vampires. We'll do Haley again.
All right. Yes. Hello. So my tricks are watch unseen from the shadows,
Good one. Classic.
and scare someone, especially
English.
British military.
Advantage on scaring the English.
Yes.
A favorite enemy.
Yes. Favorite enemy, the English. Yes. And then her powers are telepathy with a familiar, and super speed.
Nice.
And then her showstopper is shape shifting, either into like an animal, another person, etc.
Etc.
Hell yeah!
Always
I don't know what
so
the other
exciting.
options are, but you
Yeah,
know.
it's true. The doc we made
Indian
literally
chair.
does say
It
etc.
does say I
On the
copied
chair.
this off of your document.
Not being done with it yet, but it's fine. That's my bad for not finishing.
It also might have been me. I might have just been like, I don't know, whatever.
Listen, we're out here. Some of us
We're
are
out
writing
here.
it currently while we wait.
Telephone wrote
Yes.
this in the hospital
Episode
last
0
week.
spoiler. Yeah.
Yes, I love anything with shapeshifting because it's dope.
Druid
Yeah, druid shit. I love playing druids. Yes. So now on to B.
Well, sensing a vampire or other supernatural creature, which you all may have heard when I had said it too quickly last time.
What?
my
No.
What? Deja vu. It's my trick. And then a brief flashback to a memory from a past life, which would be helpful to like in the situation of like
Somewhat
like
relevant.
discovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, something of a relevant situation, but specifically from a past life. But the showstopper, which will be very exciting, is a past life takes over.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
So excited. Okay, that's awesome.
I
Hell
think
yeah.
Date on this.
We all have different reactions to this.
I think this is everyone's first time hearing that except for
Yeah.
me. Because in our last call, I
Yeah.
had I sent B that idea and I was like, don't tell anyone, don't tell
Yeah, I
anyone.
was like, oh my
That's
God.
so
Good.
sick. I'm so pumped. Yes.
That's why I
Yeah.
was like, oh.
Hell yeah.
Big
Hell yeah.
reveal.
Oh, that's gonna be some big feels. Big feels.
So much sad.
We
Good
got
stuff, big
history,
pain.
don't you remember?
Hell yeah.
That's what this game is for. Very angst. Much
Yeah.
angst.
We are the
Very
drama.
brood.
Much feels, very emotion.
Yay.
All right.
Hell yes. Sorry,
Okay.
continue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
and then I guess
Yeah.
Marley is
Yeah.
next.
Yeah. So Key's tricks are partial transformation. So eyes, teeth, claws, just one feature. And identify via scent.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then powers are shapeshift into hybrid form. So it's like more of the biped werewolf. There's a lot of media. And also super strength, because yes. And her showstopper is a rally howl, which summons the pack to wherever she is. And
Did
so,
they say
yeah.
like teleport,
Oh,
or they
yeah.
had to get there still?
I mean, they have to get there, but also could be like
Okay, so they gotta get like a
any
bus pass.
canines
still,
in the area and stuff too. So like any dogs or foxes or
Ooh.
wolves and stuff also come. And so basically, it's just a first storm. It's gonna be good.
Ooh. Do you think that eventually, as our characters grow closer, we'll also be in the
Aw.
pack?
Yes. Yes, we will.
Found family!
Because the pack that she is currently a part of is actually a found family pack already. Because they're people who have been
You
kicked
already have
out
another
of.
pack?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Loba Familia has been on for ages.
I love this. I love it.
And now, Druid.
Yeah, I definitely have definitely knew this ahead of time.
Got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for tricks, I was gonna go with, listen, I accidentally just warlock shit. So Eldritch Sight, basically,
Yes.
which identify the supernatural, and glimpse the horrors, which is do someone a frighten. And then for
Someone.
powers, I was gonna do someone outside the host can hear the entity. So like telepathic message, basically.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And
Brainworm.
also briefly gain/lose, depending on what you're looking, whose perspective it is, part of the host's body, control of part of the host's body. And then for my showstopper is host swap. So the entity can briefly take over someone else.
Like wife
yeah.
swap.
Like wife swap, but
Yeah.
for
Like wife swap.
unknowable element entities.
But you know.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's really good.
Listen, the entity that lives inside your brain is actually something that'd be so personal.
It can be very
Yes.
personal.
So personal. Incredible. Hell yeah. I'm so excited.
Okay. So the last thing that we talk about with Sad Vampire Boyfriend is our relationships with each other. So in Sad Vampire Boyfriend, you roll at the beginning, and that determines your public opinion or attitude towards a character. And we're only going to talk about the public ones today, of course, because the secret ones are secret. And the only time you ever get to find that out is if we end the game. So,
Yeah.
Wait, games end?
and someday, theoretically.
We'll see. Maybe.
Okay, so this can be kind of helpful for first interactions and stuff like that. You don't have to stick with them, of course, if you feel like you're developing a different sort of relationship with that character and that person's story. Feel free to do whatever you want. It's fine. So my public-facing opinion of Aurelio is I need your guidance to be a better person. For Zamfir/Talia, I want to keep you safe from harm. What do you know? Sorika has I want you to succeed and do well. Then I've got I want to keep you safe from harm. Small bean, protect. I have to. And
Back the child. Or whatever.
yeah. And key I have I don't think you make good decisions. Which is odd because I don't we'll see, but we haven't technically met yet, so
Yeah.
Hell
With
yes.
his self, anyways.
We'll go through Aurelio's now.
Yeah. Yes. So for mine, for Vlad, my public impression is that I trust him too much. There's history there.
Fair.
My public relation with Zamfir, or sorry, I have in my notes Zamfir with Talia is that I trust you too much. A lot of mine, literally, pals, a lot of my public roles, I just rolled the same thing.
That sucks. That's
But
hard.
it's
Just
gonna
really
be very
It's
funny
gonna be good.
because
He's just very trusting.
yeah, because my private roles are all buck wild. They're all over the place. But so yeah, for Talia, I have I trust you too much. For Sorika, I also have I trust you too much. Aurelio is just a very naive, trusting boy.
Aw.
For Key, I have I don't think you make good decisions.
This is because you're listening to Vlad, though, when he talks.
Yeah.
Theme.
You trust Vlad
I
too
trust
much.
Vlad's
Yeah,
opinion.
it's
Yeah.
true. It's true. And for Roscoe, I for
Well,
Roscoe. Wait,
not
sorry.
Roscoe?
Yeah.
Or when?
Revik?
I put my notes in. No, they're not even in alphabetical order. They just don't make sense. For Win, I need your guidance to become a better person.
Aw,
Oh, that's
Mm.
interesting.
sweet one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's me.
And now me.
Yeah.
So for Aurelio, my public is I need your guidance to be a better person.
True.
You know?
Yes, murder.
That's
in
also what I
public.
think.
Yeah, just like talking about, maybe not murdering so many British people. Whatever.
In
You know,
public.
sometimes
No.
the British are good. Sometimes.
Sometimes the
There's
English are
Hashtag not
fine.
all Brits.
Yeah.
Hashtag-
I know one or two.
Yeah,
Hannah's very good.
and then for Talia, I want to keep you safe from harm.
Aw.
And then he, finally, someone who believes in you. I want you to succeed and do well. And then for Win, I'm scared of what you might make me do.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's
Mm.
interesting.
Interesting.
Such a good one.
And then for Vlad, I trust you too much.
Mm.
I'm a very trustworthy person, so it's not
He.
So that's
B.
over to B.
Yeah.
To B.
Yes. So I wrote mine in order of just who want to talk, so it's out of order from there. So for Sorka, I want you to succeed and do well.
Oh.
For Vlad, I need your guidance to be a better person. For Aurelio, I'm scared of what you might make me do.
So good.
For Win, I'm head over heels in love with you.
Oh no! Oh no!
And then for Key, I am scared of what you might make me do as well.
Why?
Ooh.
Why?
So
But
good.
my private roles are also chef's kiss, literal
Yeah.
Talia's kiss.
Yes.
Oh man.
Talia has two hands. It's fine.
We've discussed this.
We discussed
Yeah.
this. We know
We
we know
got
what's going
this.
on.
It's good.
It's fine. Soraka's just gonna fight Win. It's fine.
This is why she's
Win
scared of what
dies.
Wit will make her
Spoiler.
do.
A duel to the death.
Yeah.
I mean, what even is death these days?
Momentary.
Death is a construct.
It's a long moment.
Soraka's like, I'm dead and I'm fine. What are you complaining
Hey, I was
about?
gonna say I've been dead for 500 years. I'm fine.
Been fine.
Yeah. We're all dead. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Get over it.
We've all seen death. Come on,
Yeah.
grow up.
But like, what if there's a line where it's like, yeah, I'm dead. It's fine. Just live a little.
Live every day like it's your last.
Reference.
All that.
It's a callback.
Oh, man.
Hell yes.
Let's hear it, Key.
So I definitely didn't just roll these right now. So.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So Vlad, I'm scared of you.
Aw. I'm sorry.
Needless to
That's
say,
fair.
there is probably some reasonable reasons
There's
behind
good
it.
reasons. I mean, really, anyone.
True. So Aurelio, I believe we're meant to be together.
Aw.
There's a lot of yeah, because it doesn't
Yeah.
have to
It
be
can be
Romeo.
partners
There's a lot
in
of ways to
crime.
interpret.
Yeah, part of your path.
Gotta go.
like, yeah.
Just a
Dr.
strong
Donna this
reminder
shit.
that it doesn't have to be romantic.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Vlad.
Calm down. Sorry.
Except when
Bleeding
things are
through.
written in stone for 100 years, we can't. And Sorka, I trust you too much.
Ooh.
And Talia, I'm scared of what you might make me do. So it's going to be reciprocal pain. And Win, I need your guidance to be a better person.
Aw.
I'm not sure if it's a cautionary tale guidance or just like actually following you, but yeah.
Good.
We'll
Hell
see.
yeah.
Being scared was even an option. That's not the scared
Yeah.
that you'll make me do. You're just scared? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
scared
got
of
it.
you. It's
The-
number one. It's right up there.
The last time we did this, I got that for one character, but it was for both the private and the public role, and I was like, woof.
We're
Yeah,
terrified of
that's-
you.
Yeah, that's not a lot to work with.
Congratulations, just afraid.
Yeah, and it was justified. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Win, what's up?
What's up?
So, you up? This is the most unhinged, I apologize.
So for Key, I believe we're meant to be together. Platonic
Whoa!
found family.
Very good.
For Vlad, this is maybe my favorite. I don't believe you make good decisions.
You're not wrong, probably.
God, so true.
No,
Uh,
he doesn't. He does
for
his best.
Soraka, I also I'm scared of what you might make me do. So
He's just a nervous dude.
we'll see.
Just Italian greyhound of a man. Sorry.
Listen, I also Aurelio just got straight up. I'm scared of you. So
So good. I'm excited.
You're just not a fan of the vampires,
They're-
which given the backstory is kind
They're
of
stupid
fun.
and scary, okay?
they've
We're
got a
all
lot
just
going on
really
right
dumb
now. There's a
and
lot-
really gay and really scary.
Bust out here.
That's so
Um,
So good.
Sorry, so that was Aurelio. For Talia, I trust you too much. The last one.
Very good.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah. I think that was everyone.
Yeah, that was everyone. So that's it for Sad Vampire Boyfriend.
Hell
Moving on.
yeah.
Next game. We
Yeah.
have so many to go. That is the goofiest and broodiest one. So let's get to real rules, I guess.
Yay.
I'm gonna kind of pass some of this over to Remik because we're gonna be talking about Kids on Bikes, and I have not actually played Kids on Bikes. So
Hello, it's me.
there she is here to talk.
I'm the problem. It's me.
It's true.
My brain is 90% song lyrics at any given time. I'm sorry.
The other 10% are memes.
Yeah, it's, yeah. The other 10% is the secret chord that David played.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's what the first 90.
Oh my gosh! All right.
It's a cold and it's a broken Waluigi is the other 10%.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Okay.
why don't you tell us about adversity tokens and stuff? What are we doing in Kids and Bikes?
Yeah, I mean, so Kids on Bikes is a pretty streamlined sort of system. There is some like, more complicated mechanic stuff, but largely it's for like the GMs to know and for you to find out.
Great.
Concerning.
But right, like largely it's not stuff the players strictly speaking need to know about. So it's a game where each of your stats, you have 6 stats. It's like somewhat comparable to some of your stats in like your D&D style games, but you have 6 stats. Each one you roll a specific die for, right? So you have fight, your like physical prowess, purely strength-based fighting type ability, flight, which might be more like speed associated or trying to escape situations, or like potentially finagling like kind of dexterity type stuff. Then you've got brains, naturally. You've got brawn, naturally. Charm for anything like charisma related, and grit for somewhat more like your constitution kind of stuff, where it's like your fortitude or You can finagle grit in a couple of ways as well. I'm describing these kind of very loosely and saying like you can finagle them because that's kind of the spirit of Kids on Bikes, is that ideally you kind of want to try and pitch one of your best couple of stats for rolls so that you succeed. So you're kind of trying to twist things in your favor, and like obviously it's up to the DM's discretion, but like it's kind of about that interplay where you're pitching, can I do fight, can I do brawn for this, etc. But yeah, basically we can go through this. Why don't we just do like the character creation stuff first? um Essentially we're all using the adult character sheet, but we can also finagle this as well. Basically, like the adult sheet just means that you have +1 to brains and +1 to grit depending on your different characters and their different strengths. We can actually move those around, right? Like if you think it makes more sense for your character to have +1 flight, +1 charm, we can do that instead, right? It's just 1 +1 and another +1 in any of your 6 given stats.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so basically it keeping in mind that like the +1s are helpful, but like the big deal breaker is going to be you're going to assign your D20 to a stat, which is like your best, very best stat. Then you're going to assign your D12 to your second, D10, D8, D6, down to right. So you yeah. So like for me, I have my character in my other game where I think I gave her she I have my D20 in flight for her, but I have my +1s in other things like in charm and brawn. Because for me, I'm trying to kind of balance out a little bit, like put the D20 in her very best thing, but then give her some bonuses here and there because she's like physically quite fit and then she's like quite charming, blah blah blah. That kind of thing. So yeah. I don't know if you guys do we want to like actually build the characters on stream now? Or do you guys want to like think about it a bit?
I mean, I'm kind of going through now as you're explaining it and just doing my own.
Yeah.
So-
We can just do it casually and like you like feel free to ask me questions and like I can answer and blah 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 what have you. But
How
yeah, if
would
you yeah, go ahead.
sorry, how would something like the vampire power of super speed play into something like flight?
Flight's
I
Sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say I am probably going to give Aurelio the D20 in flight because of that.
Okay.
But I think like what we're doing, like navigating the two systems, is like we kind of want to use Kids on Bikes for things that we're going to be rolling for. So anything where there's, I don't know, like a chance you might fail or there's like a certain like level of difficulty. Whereas using the sad vampire boyfriend, like using your angst
You
is
just
more
do
for
that.
like
Yeah.
you just do that.
It's like
Yeah.
casting a spell almost. Like
Yeah, you
have
just
a
do that
for
limit
free,
for
yeah.
them. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And super speed when it comes to like spending angst for it, I think we agreed it's a very like limited thing. It's not like you get it for the whole day or whatever. It's to
Yeah.
overcome a situation, which is what most of those powers are supposed to be, is like a solution to a problem, not a
Yeah.
constant thing. So
Yeah, like a limited like burst of
Yeah.
speed type thing. Yeah, yeah.
Gotta go fast.
You gotta go fast. Yeah.
Yeah, like that one scene where they ran really quickly in Star Wars, but then they never did it again.
God.
So
Sorry, was
it
it when
would
they went
kind
down
of
the
look
hallway
like
or something?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway.
One thing I also want to say really quick is that there's like the very sort of dictionary definition of these stats, right? Like fight, flight, pretty obvious written on paper, but there's also a way to like finagle them that's like a little more metaphorical. Like in the Kids on Bikes rule book, it actually says that flight can also be used to represent your character running from their problems, which is also why I've given Aurelio the D20 in flight.
Nice.
Specifically for escaping your own problems.
that you created.
Yeah.
Can you run from your past, or can your past run faster?
Can't run faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but so there's always interesting ways that you can kind of pitch things and like describe how you're doing something in a different way to kind of try and go for a different ability, which is neat.
Mhm.
And what's the lowest? Does it go down to a D4 or is
Yeah.
D6 the lowest?
D4.
I think so. I think it's a D4.
It's a
Yeah.
D4. Mhm.
D20.
Yeah, so
I'm
there's
bad
only
at
Put in my
one
worst
D10
one,
rather
so.
than D100.
I need to put in my worst one first and then work from there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really difficult. I took quite some time deciding on mine, so
And yeah, Mary Lee's, it is just the D10, not the D100.
D100, we're doing this.
watch out.
That's very funny though.
I feel like her fight needs to be high because she does kill people sometimes as a treat.
Yeah. And it's an interesting sort of interplay between fight and brawn, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're right, and like she might be very combat oriented, so fight might make more sense, or she might be very like feisty and kind of like antagonistic, so fight might make more sense, or like she might just be beefy.
Yeah.
Your other Yvette, I feel like, would be like high
Yes, Yvette.
brawn, would be very
Yeah.
beefy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because brawn also covers like intimidation as well, and just like how
Yeah.
spooky you
Oh.
look when you first walk in. So
Oh, maybe I should have. That's tough.
Mhm.
That's tough to
It's
pick which one.
difficult.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
been on for quite some time.
Yeah.
Like
Or
she's
even like
not beefy,
grit.
but mm.
Great as it could be your
Yeah.
street smarts, and it also can be
Oh.
like your ability to like endure like emotional situations and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Determination. Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
we have a character in one of my other games who is like a very sort of almost like a film noir kind of archetype where he's very
Oh.
like stoic and internal and very mysterious, but he has high grit because he's very like like you say, like very determined and has that internal kind of like
Mhm.
strength of will. So yeah, he's high grit, and I think grit can also be very cool.
Mm.
Cool one.
Did you want to go over
I-
which ones you chose, or
Me?
yeah.
Me?
Yes.
Damn.
For your
I maybe let's not do me first because I have it written down somewhere, but I'm super disorganized.
Okay. You were saying something, Rowan?
Oh, I was just thinking, like, I was also kind of looking at grit just in a more like, because it says ability to keep a level head, and I was thinking it was just like just being extremely chill to the point of like it being kind of alarming.
They actually don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the
after
this might as well happen kind of.
Yeah.
after an eldritch horror has taken up residence inside your mind, what possibly worse could happen? Like
Yeah, you're just like your bar for like what's weird or fucked up is like so
Really,
high.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like Eddie Brock in the Venom movies of just like operating
Yeah.
at such a high level of like being dysfunctional anyway that when
Yeah.
everything goes to complete shit, you're just like,
That's
still
Yeah,
just-
might as well happen. I'm in the lobster
so
tank now.
true.
Yeah, sure. Why
Yes.
not?
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna make my grit quite low because I feel like Soraka is not a chill person. she's just very emotional and like very like you know, does not get over shit. Like it's been hundreds of years and she's still like, you're in the English army, huh? And then also just, you know, yes, never getting over certain things or people or whatever. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
Or places.
Just get over it. Just have high grit.
Oh my god.
See, I did
I
put
love
my
that.
20 in grit and the plus one, so it's
Yeah,
not because
that
Vod
tracks.
is chill, but because he doesn't act like he's upset by anything.
Yeah,
He
composed.
doesn't really get over things, but he doesn't talk about them either. So.
Mm.
So wait, are we going over our stats now?
Yeah, if you
Are
want
we
to.
saying-
Yeah.
You're just figuring it
This
out.
is
Yeah.
more this is
Yeah.
the casual
Okay.
part of the stream, I guess.
Okay.
this part we
Yes.
didn't theoretically have prepped beforehand.
Well, I wrote mine out, and for fight, it's obviously D4. because
Mortal bodies.
mortal bodies
You're a
and
squishy
it's
baby.
like, oh no, all the more
Oh,
reason
no.
to die. So,
No.
or like,
Uh,
oh no, how terrible would it be if my character died in a session?
Oh
Oh,
no.
Terrible. Be prepared for
So
Are we
many
gonna be
other characters
babysitting?
will have incredible trauma because of that.
Just so much trauma.
Ugh.
So
Can't wait for the drama. So my fight is D4.
Good.
Brains, I did do a D20 because
Ooh.
I feel like she is very like studious and
Ooh.
likes to go like by recipes, by the books. And also later on, when you have access to multiple lives and knowledge,
That's really good.
it's just like there's just knowledge
Just
there.
file back. Yeah.
Yeah, just be
That's
like, oh yes,
cool.
here's the knowledge. Charm would be D6 because she's all right at talking to people. Not her best suit ever. Never really been
all
a
right.
thing. She's is mostly like one-on-one. Let's get to know each other. Like
Mm.
her first like instincts to a person sometimes to be like, I don't really want to talk to you. So that's why it's also the next second lowest. In flight, I did put a +1, kind of like similar to Aurelio and all that as well.
Yeah.
Because and then a D10 in there because it's the midpoint. Because I think it is important that if she
Mortals
can't
do have to
fight,
run.
she should run.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Boron would be D8 because it's kind of again more of like I'm okay at it. Mortal bodies, you know how they are. And then grit is also my other +1 with a D12 because again, weird shit happens to Talia and she knows
Yeah.
this. And
Mm.
it's kind of like, all right, we're just gonna move on from this.
Yep. That's valid.
Trying your best.
Yep.
But those are mine.
She's
Aren't
also
we
anyone
a
else
chef
ready?
working in a restaurant. She's gonna have to have some grit, or she'll die.
Exactly.
So-
Be like,
True.
you just yell at each other.
Yeah. Yep. Unless you're at a really fancy place, and then you like swear at each other under your breath.
Yeah.
Like what other like really what other profession is like normalized where you just yell knife and you don't
Yep.
feel like you're about to be
Yeah.
knifed? It's just no, it's knife. Like
Or
Just
just
letting you know I have one.
yeah.
Or I eat it.
What do you have? A knife? No.
Okay, so I'm just debating still between like fight and brawn. So can we talk a little bit more about like
Sure. So fight's gonna
those?
be like your actual, almost like your literal like combat skills, and
Mhm.
brawn is gonna be more like your just brute strengths. Just like you can pick up heavy things, you look intimidating, like that whole thing.
Okay.
And fight is
You-
literally just like fighting people.
Yeah. If you have brawn, you might be able to bench press a person, but if you have fight, you might be able to duel a person.
Right.
I
Okay.
feel like
Okay.
fight
But
would be
if
higher for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it feels like
bench
fight.
press the person, you don't have to worry about fighting them because then you can just suplex.
But it sounds like fight might be more, and especially I think with what
Yeah.
you were saying like about how she kind of doesn't let things go and she has this instinct to just like fight
Yeah.
the way out of situations.
Yeah. it's
Kind
true.
of sounds like.
Yeah. And also for vengeance.
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 I think I've got my stats down.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah.
So I was gonna do the D20 in grit because just
Nice.
This
That's a
might
good
have
one.
happened.
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna put the D12 and the +1 in flight.
Mhm.
Mostly for running away from problems. I put the D10 in charm, just like being able to, more so the like being able to read the room kind of,
Mhm.
like maybe not so much charming themselves, but like just
Mm.
being able to read the room.
Mhm.
When you have an
Uh,
extra a voice in your head saying like, "Look at them." Like,
Yeah. Two heads is better than one.
Yeah.
Two heads, two
But-
minds.
but not for brains though. I put the two because
Yeah.
Gwyn is kind of a him, not himbo, because that would
He's a
involve
him-bim.
being strong. He's a him. Yeah.
Yes.
The male
Yes.
himbo.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Fair
then I did the D8 plus 1 in fight. Just I don't know. I was trying to figure out. He might
'Cause
be
that's what it
okay
is.
at defending himself. D6 in brawn because he's kind of a noodle, and then yeah, D4 in brains.
Noodle.
now again, like I don't know how you want your character to fight, but I really like the mental image of your entity saying like, "Go do this," and Win is like this, and just somehow it works out. It's like the equivalent of like the
Flailing
drunken
around.
master.
We're actually doing like an internal Ratatouille situation where the entity is like pulling your brain
Yes.
synapses, and Win is
Yes.
like, ah!
I mean, listen, I put one of my, I think, power, was it trick or power? No, it was the power to like have the entity gain control of the body. So like,
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
Parts of the body.
Become the spaghetti
Yes.
baby noodle boy.
Hell yes.
Punch.
All right.
I
You
think
wanna
I'm-
go over
am I the only
yours?
one?
Did you find or?
I
I
didn't
did-
find.
oh.
Did you?
You go ahead.
So for fight, Key's got a D8 because definitely will fight and happy to throw down, but the D12 is going to go to Braun because more of the intimidation factor of just. I mean, the biker stereotype in general has that nice intimidation factor. Then you
Yeah.
add the lesbian intimidation factor of just attractiveness, and then you add the werewolf, and you're just like, yep.
Yeah. We love
Um,
that for her.
Oh, good. Flight is a D4 because, like, honestly, you can only run so far, and she knows this, and so there's no point.
Not
in
if you
it.
have super speed.
You can run really.
Brahma runs
fast.
faster. Brahma runs faster. Brains are a D10 plus 1. Mostly book knowledge, and due to being a librarian and just sort of living in a library forever. And her charm is D6, but plus 1 due to the natural allure of werewolves.
Oh, I see.
The natural allure. Oh, wow.
I have references. I will look at them.
Did you write those references? I mean,
I did not. Thank you very much. Wes Craven did.
Oh well.
And his word is law. And actually, there's a fair amount in the Book of Werewolves by Sabine Gould, which is in
So people that
18.
wanted to write mythology on werewolves thought werewolves were very attractive. Yes.
Yes. Also, we're kind of into cannibalism. Like, honestly, more than half the book is just about cannibalism and not werewolves, but that's okay. It's a good book.
Ooh.
And it is a reference book, actually. And then.
That's the problem when you
D-
have to write a reference book about your own lorbo, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, this book was from 1865, written
they
by
had
a
blorbos
priest.
back then.
I mean,
Yeah.
Really early.
Okay. Yeah, right. That invalidates
Okay.
it. You're right.
I don't know. We've got some people here old enough who would know if that's the case or not. But yeah, so then the D20 is going to Grit because
Ooh.
she is incredibly determined and has
many
a
gritty people.
very set view of what she should be doing and what she needs to do. And so
Ooh.
to sort of stay on that path, she's got that D20 on Grit.
Mm. Hell yeah. Pretty good. I like. Yeah.
Did you
I
say
think.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't find mine, but I like it's all in my brain. I'm just
Let's just start
I'll
typing.
just do
Just being
mine.
here.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do because I want to do the +1 I'll do a +1 in brawn just to reflect like the vampire strength kind of aspect. And I'll do my other +1 in charm because I think that makes the most sense. But for the dice, I'm going to do the D20 in flight, naturally. Speedy, running away from your own problems, naturally. I think I'm gonna do the D. I want to do the D12 in charm, I think, and maybe the D10 in brain. My issue is that I don't actually think Aurelio is that charming or that smart.
He's more charming than
Not
he is
that, like,
smart, I would say.
innocent
He's for
charming.
Yeah.
sure more charming than
Yeah.
he is
Only-
smart.
Okay, but here I have an argument for this for you. So you
Yeah.
know how Aurelio trusts people so much?
Yes.
It's the endearing quality of somebody putting the trust in you so much that you're like, oh, that's pathetic, but we love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more
Oh.
endearing than charming, but it's the same
Yeah.
umbrella. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I
You
think
guys are
so
ragging
too.
on my boy. All right.
It's all true.
why
yeah,
are
so
you booing me? I'm right.
I mean, say something so controversial and yet so brave.
yes. So I'll do the D12 in charm. I don't know if maybe I should do I'm kind of hemming and hawing over whether I should put maybe no, I think fight I'm going to do the D4 because I don't think Aurelio's a fighty boy. No. But maybe I should put the brawn higher because I don't think he's gritty either. Particularly, he's a very flighty sort of person.
Very
Yes, a
emotionally
soft and precious
unstable.
boy who is mostly older than
Yeah.
all of us.
So I think I might
Constantly
do
on
the
the brink.
fight. I'll do the fight at 4 and the grit at 6. I think. Woof, this character. But I'm hemming and hawing over the brains and the brawn for 8 and 12. Brains and brawn.
I feel like he's got to be smarter than he is spooky, right? Or like,
Yeah, I think
like
so,
I
physically
mean,
right?
yeah, especially with like the
yeah.
teacup, floating teacup thing in What We Do in the Shadows. That is definitely, at least like the idea of using that is more of a brain than a brawn attempt.
Yeah,
This one
totally.
specific scenario, yes, is more
This one
brainy.
thing. That one time he did one thing that was maybe half a
The
brain
thing is,
cell
like,
smart.
It was
Yeah,
very clever.
because I can't think of any particular brawny thing, but the brainiest thing I can think of.
Here's the other. I have a counterpoint. I think brain
Ooh.
should be less because Aurelio makes really bad decisions.
He does.
That's just your opinion, though.
He
Decisions
kind
are
of
relative.
That's your character's opinion.
He,
You can't
he-
change
it's-
Aurelio's actual stats based on your opinion.
Okay, so again, may I remind you all about his act of trying to pass himself off as his own son?
He did. Okay. You know, Zamfir.
You know what? You know what?
You just
This
Uh-huh.
is before the internet was invented and people didn't know better.
And also, like, to be fair, that is a little more brainy than it is
Alright,
brawny.
alright,
Right.
Passing
And just
yourself off
because
as your own
you
son takes
can-
one brain cell.
And because you
It is
can't be
an
smart doesn't
idea.
mean you won't act on being smart.
Having one idea is harder than you think. So
Right? He had
Also-
an idea.
Just isn't it kind of like foppish dandy? That's not really brawny.
Oh,
No.
He's
No.
very foppish.
I think the brawn would purely come from the vampire
Like
aspect.
the spooky aura of being a vampire. That's
Yeah.
it.
The accidentally
Although
hitting the
maybe,
carotid.
maybe that's more fight. Is
Yeah.
that, I don't know. I'm also kind of trying to wrap my brain around
Oh,
this
maybe
a bit.
it. Well,
I don't think it'd be
Mm.
fight.
Yeah, and I don't think he's a very fighty person, really. Like, he's a drop it and run person for sure.
Mhm.
What did I say? The 4
Not
in
illegal
fight,
if
the
no one
6
sees
in
it.
grit. I might do should I do the 6 in brains? Woof.
Yeah, it's not that good. Like,
Yeah.
I think so, though. Like, I think 6 in brains is pretty generous.
it's not good
So
at
also
all.
remember you've got those +1 modifiers, so you
Yeah.
can level the playing field in a little bit.
Yeah, but I think it does make sense to do the +1 in brawn because of the vampire stuff.
Yeah.
That does.
Because he is just naturally stronger.
But intimidating?
Well,
No.
he's not intimidating. That's right. Maybe I'll do the +1 in brawn and the D6 in brawn and the D8. Wait, sorry, those are the wrong numbers. Sorry. +1 in brawn and the D8 in brawn, and then the D10 in brains. That's so high, though.
Think of it, the highest you could
high for
roll is a
Aurelio.
10, and then you've got things that are going up to 20 and possibly
That's
Yeah.
true.
21.
A 10 is solidly average, no
middle, yeah.
further than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's true. He's not of below average. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I like that. So that's what I'll do. The
He
10
reads
in
books.
brains. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Should I do mine next?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Do
I put my D20 in fight. She's fighty. And also I think that's also like fighting for the things that you believe in, and like not just necessarily physically fighting, but like also, like emotionally fighting for things and people, whatever.
Okay, Angel Ross.
Listen, she fought in the Battle of Culloden. She's very
Have you literally made Angel Ross as a Scottish lesbian vampire? Is that literally what this character is?
was not in my mind at all, but maybe there are
Not-
some similarities.
Stupid.
Not entirely inaccurate.
Yes, because she's very passionate about things, and yeah. So I think fight also falls under like emotional, like
Yeah.
passion for things.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And then I put my D12 in brains because she is a university professor. So
we are literally polar opposites.
yeah. Very good. Yes. And then I did D10 in charm because I think she's somewhat charismatic and charming and whatever. And then I did D8 and the +1 in brawn because she's, yeah. She all right. She all right. She's got that vampire strength and a little bit of spookiness when she wants to be.
Spooky.
And then I put a D6 in flight because she is very stubborn and like she's not someone, she won't run away from her problems. She will stand her ground and fight for it, and including like she's not going to back down from like her emotional problems either. She faces things. This is a call
Literally
out for Aurelio. Yeah, so she's very very stubborn, will stand her ground, will fight for what she believes in, and like not one to run away from things. But I did put the +1 because she does have super speed and she's fast. She's fast when she wants to be, but she only uses it in very specific situations.
To run into her problems.
Running
and
towards
hurt
the
them.
problems, not away.
Yeah, she runs towards the problems. And then
That seems about right.
and then I put the D4 in grit because she is an emotional person and she's yes.
I love that. That's so good.
Okay. I'll run through mine real quick.
Yeah.
I put my D20 in grits. Lava's a very inward person, I would say, and doesn't show his emotions very often, and does his best to work through them on his own. I put my D12 in brawn, and I also put one of my +1s over there too. I feel like that he gets by a lot by looking spooky and being Dracula and just that general aura of being spooky. So,
True.
I think that, and he's very strong. He's a strong boy. A D10 in fight. He did serve in a military for a long time.
He's a strong, independent Dracula.
Yes.
And he do need a man.
One specific man.
One
Man.
specific.
I don't know if needs. Well.
Well.
Imagine your life
They need each
without him.
other.
You need him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so he's a little bit good at that. I also have the what is it? Not the flaw. What's the opposite of a flaw? I can't think
Strength?
of things.
Strength?
Strength?
Power?
Strength? Power?
The +1.
What's something you're good at? Nothing.
Ouch.
Yeah, just the +1.
No, well, we'll talk about that one later. I put the D8 in charm. I feel like he used to be a lot more charming. He's had hard times lately, so I also have put the +1 in there. He's a little grumpier than he usually is. So if we were using these sheets for our flashbacks, it would look a little different. But D6 in brains. He does his best. He likes to learn, just doesn't retain it very well. He's got too many other things to do.
When you
Loves to
get your
hear about
medical
things.
degree, you get your degree in medicine in the era with bloodletting and
Degree.
leeches and degree.
You could just say you have a degree.
I was gonna say
People
Vlad
have to
bought a
believe you.
fancy
Morphine.
doctor bag, and he went to America, and he sold drugs. Is what he did. And other things, but we'll talk about that later. D4 in
You'd be
flight.
good at the bloodletting, though. Sorry.
Yeah. He sold a lot of things and services. And
Just diagnose bloodletting for everything. It's fine.
make money, make dinner. Done.
Yep.
I don't think this is what an SOS like a service
It was
company is meant.
1700s. Anyway, D4 in flight. He's got bad knees. He's very old.
Me too.
Also,
Wow,
he
what a
doesn't-
mood.
Yeah, he doesn't really run away from problems. So. Yeah. He's a problem solver. I have to fix what's happening.
He's a problem creator.
Shut up. I
I
seem
can
to
make him
remember
worse.
Your ancestor, no.
Hey, we're not going into that yet because if we're going into the garbage, we're going full into the dumpster.
We're waiting.
God damn it.
We're waiting for the real show.
We'll tease that for later. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so what's the next thing we should go over? I think we should check out the flaws, because that's the same thing as it is in, I mean, we have flaws in 2 systems, and that's fun to me.
Which is very
So,
fun.
Yeah. The flaws in this game are
They're
more like,
flavor. Yeah.
or rather, yeah, they're just for flavor. Oh yeah, sorry. The other cool thing, because there's like 3 other things that we can go over. There's
Mhm.
the flaws, there's your fear, and there's also your strengths or your powers. I think they're called strengths in
They're
this.
just called strengths,
Yeah. But so they give you kind of different, they're not quite abilities, but they give you different like mechanical advantages that you might be able to make use of, right? So like a couple, one that I have used is skilled at. So you can say like your character is skilled at basketball. So right then you might be able to pitch being used. Skilled at gives you like there's like a +3 to a roll, or if it's under a certain amount you just
Under
succeed
9.
automatically.
Mhm.
Yeah, because your character is just naturally good at that at basketball. But so you could pitch that if your character has to like run, you could be like, oh well, I'm skilled at basketball, so I should get to use this bonus on this roll because I'm running and that's part of basketball. Or you could, if you have to throw something and hit a certain target, you could be, oh well, that's also related to basketball. So you can, again, there's like different ways that you can pitch that it might be related to the role you're making. But yeah, hang on, I can pull up what page it's on. It's in one of the appendices though.
Yeah.
For the strengths is page 59. 59 in the actual like text of the book, but on the PDF it's page 64.
Okay.
Yeah. I may have gone through and done all of mine while we were talking. So.
Yeah,
You want to go first,
ideal.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So for like Wynn's fear, I went with losing himself
Ooh.
because
That's good.
I wasn't aware
There's
we had to
something-
give our fears away on screen.
Oh,
is
shit.
Very intimidating now because now I had to
I'm
talk about mine. No,
No,
you're
I didn't-
fine.
No, that's good. Yeah.
No, we should
It
know each other deeply and
Yeah,
intimately.
yeah.
Wynn is
it
very
it will become mechanically
exposed and
relevant.
emotional.
Ooh.
Wynn's just very exposed and emotional, and we understand the whole concept.
He's like an
itself.
exposed wire.
Well, I mean, which is funny because for his flaws, I also kind of put secretive because I think he does actually kind of hold things close, like until it gets like really, really bad and he can't deal with himself anymore.
Yeah, that's
which-
good though.
Yeah, I went with clumsy and secretive for his flaws, but then his strengths, I went with easygoing and loyal.
Ooh,
Easygoing
loyal's
is
a
a
good
good
one.
one.
They're both good.
Yeah,
But yeah.
they're all good. All of them are very good.
So you also
Um,
automatically get skilled at, and you get to choose something that you're good
Oh.
at. As an adult, you get skilled at, and you choose 2 others. So
Yeah. So the 2 others were loyal and easygoing.
yeah,
Wait, sorry, which ones do we get automatically?
skilled at,
Skilled at
and then you choose something that you're good at.
for
I
being an adult.
Have to think they're good at actually.
What is one good
Um,
at? They good,
the-
good
the
at getting
two-
possessed?
Rowan, the 2 that you took are like very good.
So
They
good.
also, I'm noticing right now, are very fun to play off together because you get, usually when you make a roll and you fail, because in this game you fail forward, you get an adversity token, which you can spend later on to like make your rolls better. But so for easygoing, you gain 2 tokens every time you fail, which is exceptional. And then for lucky, when you're using adversity tokens to help a friend, or sorry, loyal. For loyal, when you're using adversity tokens to help a friend, you give them a +2 instead of a +1.
I
So
have
those
more
abilities,
I
defense,
almost
and
said
they're more
loyal.
helpful.
Yeah.
yeah, those abilities together are wild.
Yeah.
Incredible. Wild
He's not good at
choices.
doing stuff himself, but he can help other people do things.
He's so good at failing that it helps others exponentially.
Yep.
I love that.
Teamwork makes the
Damn.
dream work.
That's incredible. Wild.
So for fear, I chose a like an actual fear, and then like a mundane fear, almost like arachnophobia or something. So
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if anyone else is going to do that, but that's what I did. I thought that was
Oh,
part
wait.
of it. So
So like a deep fear and then like a superficial fear.
yeah, like I'm afraid of heights or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that you don't have to do like something superficial
Okay,
because I think the intent with the fear is that that's a sort of circumstance where your character will act irrationally. So in a situation where your fear is triggered, I might not let you pitch, or like the person running the game might not let you pitch a certain skill because you're not thinking rationally, you're acting instinctually. So I might be a little more forceful in telling you what you have to roll, or might not even have you roll. Like there's certain things that you can do when the fear is triggered. But you can also use adversity tokens to mitigate the effects of fear. So
Okay.
I would say leaning away from doing something superficial and like
Okay.
really give us the really deep existential fear.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mine was very
I
easy.
set
Mine's
the bar.
very easy.
Now you have to.
Yeah.
Should we just send you our fear, or like what are we doing with the fears?
I shared
like-
mine.
Everyone has to
You're
share.
just out
It's your
here.
character's
I
fear,
think we should share,
definitely
and
not yours.
it'll become mechanically relevant when we start playing. So I think we could share it and kind of.
Okay. Mine is Losing Talia again.
Oh.
Specifically, wow.
And like or anything or like losing her.
Okay.
We're gay.
It's funny because it's like we'll have this mortal life is the first one where they've actually will cross. So it's funny. It's like my one fear is losing you. It's like you haven't
You never had
lost me
me.
every life, but you haven't
Have
met
you
me
met
every
me
life
yet?
yet.
Once was enough.
But there's been some stuff. We'll work out more, but there's been some stuff.
It's missed connections. Like, hey, I saw
Yeah.
you on the bus, and
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
think
like,
that there's like
"Oh, I
a
just met you."
supernatural like message board with missed connections?
Oh my
Because that's
God.
wild.
I love that.
Isn't that
Oh,
what like
God.
crystal balls are
That-
for? Or, like trying to find that connection.
That's so good.
Scry for me.
Just like I saw you on the bus, and I think you were a goat herder I met in like 1700.
Yes. Oh my god.
I mean, like a special version of Craigslist specifically for that.
Very good. And then for my skill dat, I think I'm putting languages and like languages/linguistics.
Ooh,
Because she is a language professor.
yeah.
And then I definitely want to put in protective. And then I'm still debating about my other one. We get 2, right? In addition to the skill dat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now I'm putting loyal, but I might change that. I need to still read all of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless you have a particular one that you would recommend, might be good.
Well, I took up protective, so I would recommend it. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing protective. Tough
I think
also. Cool.
unassuming's pretty good. I mean, treasure hunter obviously is fun.
Also, you're a tough bitch, so.
I'm a tough bitch.
I was gonna say tough because you are so fighty, and it
Yeah.
kind of plays into like the vampire's resilience as well.
Yeah.
In a cool way.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And when the going gets tough, the toughs fights.
Yeah.
What?
When the going gets tough, the tough drinks your blood.
God, all of these are so good. Shit.
Yeah.
I thought I had mine picked out, but now I'm hemming and hawing.
So I think I decided. I think for my skill dat, I want to do like outdoor survival kind of thing. Like spend a lot of time outside camping.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Like
That's
Boy
cool.
Scout.
Yeah.
He's an Eagle Scout, yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, I took up protective. I also took wealthy because obviously, and
Really?
so now none of us have to take wealthy. I can take care of it. It's fine.
Are we going to have combat? Here's the question. Will there be combat?
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
I want to start a fight.
Like in a modern sense, right? Like it's gonna be as likely to encounter in the game as it would say in real life. Like you had to go looking for
Never
it.
encountered combat in real life.
This is the person
Maybe
who
I'm just a
archery.
funny
Come
person.
on.
Combat in real life?
You do archery. That's like legit.
Sometimes
We
you have
learn.
to
Do
fight
archery.
people. I
But we shoot
don't
targets, not people.
False. We
You
go
get
large.
works, right?
It's true. It's true. Once a
We
year.
have
we
gone
go
into the
LARPing.
woods to slay orcs, and you know it.
It's true. You're correct.
You have shot at people.
Don't
Yes,
play games like you
See?
only shoot at targets.
only with padded arrows. It's fine.
Still counts.
It counts.
So who's on next?
So I mean, like, yes, it's possible that you might end up in a fight with somebody.
Okay.
It's not D&D. We're not going to be like going and fighting kobolds and
Okay.
Roll
Gotta
for
kill
initiative.
rats
drinkers.
pursuers and drive up.
Yeah. I feel like though, like in terms of combat, like this, it's not going to be like a D&D scenario where we're going for like 3 or 4 or more rounds of combat, right? Like all of these systems are much more geared for like very quick, right? Like you're doing
Okay.
one sort of fight or brawn roll kind of thing, and
Okay.
like it either breaks bad real fast or it goes well. Like
Yeah.
that's
Okay. Hmm.
That's how real fights work. So
yeah. You either win or you don't, and it becomes apparent pretty quick.
Yeah, so if we just want to go through what roles we're tentatively thinking, and then we could take a quick break.
Yeah.
I think.
I have mine.
Yeah. What you got?
So which what we're doing?
Roles and like your flaws and your strengths. But and your fear, but you already did your
What are the roles?
sorry, the ones we already did, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
now we're
stats.
just
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm cool under pressure because chef. Then my strengths is skilled at cooking, self-explanatory, you know, intuitive, but also, or sorry, my flaws. I wrote that. What did I write here?
I think
Like,
everything
as
you've
a
said so
keyword.
far
sorry.
is a strength.
Yeah. Okay, no, yeah. Sorry, I wrote it in weird order. So yeah, my strengths I did was, which is cool under pressure, intuitive, and skilled at cooking. Then my flaws are I'm secretive and gloomy.
Ooh. Cool.
And I thought this would be really funny. That I'm scared of blood.
Oh, no.
I thought it'd be really funny. So I like
It's
instantly was like,
unfortunate.
yeah, that's what I'm going for, guys.
Oh.
One fear. Blood.
One
One
fear.
Like I sure hope there won't be
That's
a
really
vampire.
good.
Right?
Oh my
It's not like we
God.
spill it everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
We're pretty meticulous. Come
It's
on.
in a jar. It's fine.
But I have like a really
It's a cancer.
I have
Let
a
it
really
breathe.
good like explanation for it too as well. So it's like
Good.
it'll be really good. But yes. But yeah, those were my things.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
How many flaws are we supposed to have?
Is it like 2?
I wrote down 3 apparently, but
You can just keep going.
They're just really old. Keep breaking.
So many flaws. Did you finish going through yours, Haley?
No, I did not finish mine.
Oh, I thought you were one. Oh no, you were doing tough. That's why you didn't do your flaw.
Yeah, I was debating. Yeah, so I'm skilled at languages. I'm protective, and I'm still debating a little bit for my last one. I might go with tough. Also, treasure hunter's kind of fun. So maybe I'm debating between those if I can come back to that.
Ooh, yeah.
And then flaws, I put vindictive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, bud. That makes sense.
Accurate.
Accurate.
And then I'm not sure what to put for the for my other one.
Let me
Maybe hot tempered.
Ooh.
That would make sense based on your description so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional person.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe just like I could even just put like, well, yeah, no, I think hot tempered.
Hot tempered or unable to move from the past, basically, whatever you could say that.
Yeah. Yeah, what's a word for just like unable to move on? No,
sorry, not
what we
progressive.
No, because like she moves on with like technology and like belief systems and stuff. It's just like she gets stuck on like things that she is like, strong emotions about. She isn't one to move on.
Resentful.
She's not resentful. I mean, she's resentful for. She is that too. That too.
I think it should be resentful because it still encompasses.
Instead of vindictive.
Vindictive is like you're taking action against it. Resentful is you're not, I would say.
Yeah. So I
It
think
does
I
it
think
kind
those
of
are
covers
two.
it. Yeah.
I think those are too redundant. So I think I'm just gonna stick with vindictive.
Yeah, that
And
makes
then
sense.
and then
I do kind of like
maybe
hot-tempered.
yeah, either hot tempered or like emotionally reactive.
Ooh, volatile.
Volatile, yeah.
Ooh, volatile's good, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I say about the thing that I suggested.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that works because that kind of encompasses
Yeah.
both the hot tempered and the like also just reacts emotionally to things.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yes. And then we're not doing motivation yet, are we?
B, did you say your fear? I forget. No, it was blood. That's right. Your worst fear is blood.
I hate that I know this off the top of my head, but that's very Bella Swan of you.
No. Boo.
We'll start a vampire show.
I'm canceling myself. I am canceling myself, but it's
That's
true.
psychic damaged.
She
You
thinks
told
it's
on
Episode 0,
yourself.
we're already out.
I do hate
Haley,
that.
the internet is here. How could you say that in front of the internet?
You expose yourself like
In front of my salad. How could you?
How could you?
It's just permanent knowledge that was branded into my brain at 14. Yes, and I'll still. Or we're not doing motivation yet, are we?
Oh, you could.
We can. Sorry, my
We're all over
brain
the
just
place.
jumps between things willy nilly, so we can do motivation.
Anyone who has motivations can talk about them.
Yeah, maybe we can think about motivation. And then I'm just other people go while I just decide between tough treasure hunter. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do we want Mary Lee's? Do we want you to go?
Go.
Yeah.
Mary
Yes.
Lee.
If you're ready.
What you got?
Noom noom. Okay. So I think the flaws are reckless and resentful.
Ooh.
Mm,
'Cause, definitely a very driven person. And sort of dealing with past baggage and family drama, which is nothing to do with her pack. And her fear is failure, which I know is like a big existential type thing, but it's like multiple generations of fear that have sort of imbued into the hide that she wears. And so it's just we just being here and failing every
It's like
time.
compound generational failure.
See.
Woof.
Yeah,
Woof.
it really.
Yeah.
And so then the skills are skilled at mechanics. And so, in general, not just like motorcycles, cars, things like that, but also in general has a good handle on how things work, systems in general. So, like the Dewey Decimal System, or how the logic game is supposed to be played, things like that. That she's really good at that.
sees how
Okay.
things fit together.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's all coming up Millhouse. And her other two are loyal and protective.
Nice.
So
So many protective people. See, now
Yeah.
we can just say that we're doing something for another player now at this point.
Yeah, right. It's always around like,
No one do anything for yourself. Do it for
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah.
And then you get a +3.
I also did
Probably, yeah.
decide I'm actually going to go with intuitive
Oh.
because I
That's
think
a good
that
one.
actually suits her very well.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
We're
So
into
it's
intuitive.
intuition. Have you
bitches. That's why we're
considered
drawn
murder?
together.
You're what? What, B?
You're too
Uh,
intuitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're intuitive bitches together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Intuitive is cool because it's basically the kids on bikes like equivalent to the spell augury from
Oh,
Disney.
agree. Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Damn it.
Wheel and
Yeah.
woe.
Wheel
Yeah.
and woe.
Every fucking
Wheel
time.
or wow.
Yes, I love it.
Yes. So I did, protective and Intuitive.
God, did everyone do protective?
Yeah, because I also have protective.
I need to be protected.
We gotta protect the squishies.
Win is gonna
Gotta
be so
protect
Win
goddamn
and
safe.
Talia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Must be
Nobody's gonna
protected.
touch these
Yeah.
guys.
We keep them in the
my
center, and the
God.
rest of us are like full freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fully feral. I love
Worst comes to worst, they're both sitting on my shoulders in hybrid form.
Staying in the house and nobody leaves.
You can't go outside unless you're invited.
So can't protect Win from something that's inside their brain.
We'll find a way and we'll get in there.
Isn't that just
Figure
knocking
it out.
them out?
Yeah. There are medications for that these days. I don't know. We shouldn't ask the doctor.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
mean,
no, Win.
listen, we don't
Ask
we
your
don't we don't know
doctor
what
if-
happens.
Ask your doctor if anti-entity pills are right for you.
Oh,
I thought it was
my
a
gosh.
Side
suppository.
effects may include.
All right. I'm gonna go through mine. I did protective and wealthy, skilled at martial combat. So like hand to hand, anything that's like weapons that are not projectiles. So stabby
Wrestling.
weapons. And wrestling.
Come at me, bro.
You know.
what we're
You
calling
know.
Okay.
Grappling. With things and people and
These bitches are gay. Good for
issues.
them. Good for them. Just-
Okay.
Very, very gay Dracula. Flaws, I chose blunt, secretive, and resentful. Fear losing loved ones to anything.
Woof. Woof. Targeted.
What else was there? Oh, motivations. He wants to make his society, the Order of the Dragon, into like a successful, like supportive community for vampires and other weirdos that show up as nuts.
Oh.
Also to live
Sorry.
happily ever after, so because he deserves it.
I was gonna ask a super weird question about whether the Order is a startup or not.
Not anymore, I would say.
Not
Maybe at some
anymore.
point.
A while.
When
Big
someone
Yeah.
question is
got
it
on
actually an
board,
MLM?
there's a
Because
start.
vampires are actually an MLM.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Have we gone through everyone's but me?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do mine really quick, then we'll do a break?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So I did for fear, I think Aurelio's big existential fear is like being alone or being abandoned. Woof. There. Woof.
Oh, how the parents have tabled.
Oh, how the turns have tabled. For flaws, I did cowardly and insecure.
Aw.
Bless.
Ah,
Bless his little heart.
Just bless. And then I was hemming and hawing over the strengths. I was going to do protective, but then everyone else does, and now I'm
I feel
feeling
like I shouldn't,
contrary.
yeah.
Now I'm being
Extra
contrary.
You're the one that
protective.
and I
needs
want
to be protected.
special. So I think I'm gonna do easygoing, and then I'm gonna do lucky, I think.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because that sounds fun. And then I have skilled at. I really am having a hard time thinking of something Aurelia was skilled at.
Needle.
Poetry.
Needlepoint? Needlepoint?
Knitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skilled at
Yeah.
poetry.
Fashion.
Fiber arts.
Yeah. Skilled at. Yeah.
Inspiring people.
Is he though?
Textiles? Fashion. He's a great eye for fashion.
He's
I
a
did
great
just say
eye
that.
for
Yeah.
Skilled at
It's very
aesthetic.
funny. About that aesthetic.
Maybe it just is vibes, pretty much.
He's really
Skilled
skilled
at
at vibes.
He is just vibing.
I think he's good at textiles, but
Yeah, maybe I'll put textiles for now.
you can always
And
change.
I'll think about that.
If you do fiber arts, then it is sort of that larger category.
Oh yeah, fiber arts?
That would be good.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah,
quilting,
yeah.
knitting,
Maybe I can
crocheting.
pitch it as something like the threads of fate. And like, I don't know.
I don't know. You got one eye and a really
Stretch,
rusty pair of
perhaps.
scissors.
I'll think on it some more, but maybe we'll do fiber arts. Good. Okay, excellent. So
Excellent.
let's do a break and we'll be right back. Are we back yet?
Yes.
Every
Yeah,
time
we're
this
back.
happens, I don't think that we're recording and I'm just messing around.
It's fine. We're back. Hi. Hello, everybody.
Ah, we're back.
Back to the game.
We're back in the
No, every
every
time.
single time. I actually can't stop. It's an involuntary reaction.
It's compulsory.
It's compulsory. Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, we just talked about kids on bikes. We just talked about sad vampire boyfriends. And now we're going to talk about good society. I promise this won't be as complicated sounding when we're actually playing. We're just going to roll dice and vibe, and it's going to be okay. But right now...
Sadly, we did lose Mary Elise. We are slowly being picked off one by one. No, Mary Elise had to go do some other stuff, but we did the bulk of it, so we're all good to go.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about framework now. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Very excited.
It's a pretty simple cycle of play once you get into it a little bit. The whole point of Good Society, though, is to have a very, very, I would almost call it like cinematic or narrative approach to playing like a TTRPG.
Cinematic, but historical cinema.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to be asking each other to like describe what you're wearing and the actions you're taking, in addition to like, you know, just the things that you're saying to each other and having a conversation. This is a cooperative game. I will be the main facilitator for our flashback scenes, so I'll be doing most of the descriptions, but I will once in a while ask you, like, you know, if you are setting up a scene or if there's something that you want to do, you know, well, okay, so you're sitting down to dinner. What are you eating? Something like that. So I really like that. I'm very excited to do that kind of play. I like hearing people's ideas and fleshing out the world together. So I think that will be great. And this will be done in a sort of cycle of play, done as chapters. So the very first phase is going to be your first chapter, and you kind of want to set each chapter to an event, or just an event that's happening. And an event can be anything. It can be sitting down to tea with your roommate, or it can be like a big, huge ball where there's a bunch of attendees and everything, right?
Yeah.
Just depends
It's
on
very
what's going
much
on.
Yeah, it's very much in the style of, right, those like Regency novels or historical dramas where like a lot of it does revolve around you have to physically go over, right, like going to your friends for tea, going to balls and events together. So we're kind of using this as a framework for part of our game that's set in like flashbacks and in a past timeline, because I really like the idea of using this specific game to really get into that like historical past kind of spirit. I think it's going to be very fun. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
So our main timeline is going to be modern, and it's going to be mostly using kids on bikes, those character sheets that we just made, and that will be taking place in Vienna, Austria, and in modern day. It's a no COVID world though, because we don't want to have to deal with that in our fantasy world. So.
Just can't deal with that again. So
just really don't want to do that. So
I would love to not.
A COVID-free world.
Mm-hmm.
And every few episodes, or maybe sometimes every other episode, we'll be doing flashbacks where we'll look upon, our characters' past lives, or literally or not. Maybe it is just a time long gone, but for some people.
Yeah.
But so when we do these flashback episodes, I'm going to go through this structure. I just kind of want to quickly go over it right now so you guys know what to expect once we're doing those. Each chapter is set around a event. There's going to be 2 to 3 chapters per episode or per session for us. And you always start with the novel phase, which is going to be just the introductory chapter. It's the first thing that introduces all the characters, where they're at, and who they're interacting with, right? And during that, we will hear rumors and scandal, which is an actual mechanic in this game. So if you hear a rumor, write it down, and we will eventually get to the rumors phase once we finish that first chapter. And here we go over what rumors we heard and what was said during the last chapter. And if you want to say that a rumor is true, you're going to get what is called a resolve token. And you put a resolve token on that rumor, and then you wait until the next chapter. And these are going to be kind of like the way to keep track of what's true and what's not. Because in the next chapter, you can spend that token that is on that rumor and declare it as true. But if you don't get around to it, then you have to take that token off at the next rumors phase. So it's kind of a way to spread them, and also you get the chance to have that big moment of declaring that whatever it is true, and you get to decide how it's true or why, or how it came to be. So
it's really neat too, because you can in universe, you can say that it is your character spreading the rumor.
Yeah, you could just say
there's
that.
a very cool aspect of it, and it doesn't have to be. You can say that it's just a rumor you overheard or something. But it's a very cool way of using things that have happened in game and just making them into a mechanic and then rolling it on, and eventually you can use your token, I think, to elevate the rumor to a scandal.
Yes.
If it kind of sticks around for long enough. So it's very exciting.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah, so you'll do a chapter, and you'll start the rumors phase, talk about what you saw during that chapter. You'll start another almost forgot. One of the most important ones. I'm going to say it right. Epistolary. Right?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. I'm really bad at words. So the epistolary phase. This is sort of optional. If you have an idea for a letter or some sort of correspondence with either an NPC or another character, then you can write that out during our breaks. We will, of course, be taking actual breaks And so that would be a good time is right after the rumors phase. If you have an idea in your head, you want to write something down or write to somebody, go ahead and do it then. So, and we will be reading those out loud once we come back from the breaks.
Yeah.
If
And like depending, I feel well just on that note, I feel like depending on your level of comfort, like you could just kind of describe, like you could paraphrase your letter, but I also do think it would be very fun if we just wrote out our letters and read them entirely.
Yeah. I really like it. I enjoy that idea of correspondence with the other characters in that way, quite literally. And
So good.
you are also able to have flashbacks during this time. If you do a flashback scene, if you start to want to act something out and it involves another player, they have to be included in that flashback scene. You don't get to decide for them, obviously. So,
no god modding, no metagaming, no.
Yes. Let's just all try and be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited for that. So yes, it'll be a chapter. Rumors come back with the epistolary phase and read everything to each other and start a new chapter. Depending on what's already happened, they'll be the last one or, second to last. But during this one, you have a bit more options because you'll have the ability to spread rumors. You'll be able to either take the resolve token from the one that has been chosen or start new ones if you want. And also something to keep in mind is that at the beginning of each session, everyone is going to get something called a monologue token. This is a token that allows you to peek into the head of a character. Oftentimes when you're reading like Jane Austen novels or whatever, you get to hear a character's inner thoughts, and that contributes a lot to like the emotional feeling of, the characters. So you get a monologue token, but you give it to somebody else. You don't get to use it for yourself. Anytime somebody hands you a monologue token, you will speak what is in your character's mind. In the form of a, first-person monologue. And, you have to be as truthful as you can for that. And you can't spend it on yourself is the main thing. So, and only one monologue per character per session, so.
So we can't all gang up and make B's character do like 5 monologues.
Each
In
life.
each a different
Each
life, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good though.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's that would be used whenever you want in the game. If you you walk into the ball and you want to know what B's thinking right now, you can do that. but usually want to save it for dramatic moments. But yeah, that's the whole structure. It's going to be novel phase, rumor and scandal phase, epistolary phase, and then another novel phase, and it just goes in a circle until you're done with the story.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
I'm really excited. It looks very cool. Yeah, I have a little bit of documentation I can send you guys. You can read like the different backstories, and it really is a fantastic game on its own. We're just kind of taking the structure from this part so that we can add structure to our story. I really like how it's set up. So, but they'll kind of give you like the vibe of the characters and what we're going for. Something that's really important to the Good Society that, we're not necessarily using the mechanic of it, but it's good to keep in mind because it seemed like it's important to the authors, is that each character has like a very specific drive when they're approaching any sort of event that they're going to, right? They have a goal and they have like a very not specific necessarily, but like a very strong passion to achieve that goal. So keep that in mind when you're thinking of your characters back then.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. I think that's it.
I'm
that's
just
all
very
the
excited.
rules. Are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We did it.
I really don't have anything further to say about the Good Society, just though I'm very excited.
It's so good. good. Yeah, like just reading through all the
Yeah.
backstories and the different archetypes. I forget what they called them in here, but different like types of character. It's very good.
Yeah, it might be
Good
archetypes.
stuff.
Yeah.
We should do a review on it. We could do that.
Yes. Ah. Okay.
We'll have
Okay.
to review
Yes.
all 3 games throughout the series.
Yes. That's our whole thing. But yeah, we'll get more into like the good society as well, because I think probably the first episode or two, it's going to be in the present timeline, so we won't
Yes.
be getting into the good society quite yet, but
Mm.
when we get into that, it'll be very good, and I'm excited.
Awesome.
I guess we could give a little setting if you guys want. We could talk a little bit about what we're gonna see in the first episode.
Sure.
What do you think?
A
So-
sneak peek.
Well, we talked
Yeah.
about yes, it will be modern day, so 2023. It's going to be in Vienna, Austria. Is I wouldn't call it a small town, but it's maybe a town that is not so what do you call it? What's a word for modern? I can't think of it.
Modern.
Modern.
Okay, Justin McElroy.
With a modern
Damn it.
I was thinking
Every
contemporary,
time.
but
Every time someone says modern era, my brain just can't let it go.
So bad. Contemporary is the word I was thinking of. It's not,
Yeah.
and every single one of you has like different motivations for coming to this city, right? We've all thought about it a little bit, I hope, about what we're getting into and why you would be here. But beyond that, I would say that things have been pretty calm for the supernatural world. There's not been too much that has like drawn anything for you, Soraka. Of course, Win and Talia are outside of the range right now. They don't really know much about what's going on in that realm, so there'll be some discovery there. And
Yeah. Things have been calm. Perhaps too calm.
Do we want to talk a little bit about our characters' relationships to each other in like the current day, or do we want to wait until episode 1 for that?
Yeah, we could do a little elevator pitch, a little teaser.
Okay.
Yeah. We could Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, because I think this is one thing that we didn't talk a whole lot with Mary Elise either, so...
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I spoke with them in private, and we have a plan, so it's gonna be okay.
Oh, got a plan.
There's gonna be
Wow.
some tourism on day 1, I think. Getting back home in Vienna.
Tourism!
Yeah.
I love that.
I guess
I
we
mean-
can start there. Yeah, like how is each character? Why are you in Vienna right now? So I think that would be a good way to start that.
Why is Aurelio in Vienna next?
I guess we're gonna find out soon. But
Find out next time on.
Yeah. Next time on Sanguine Society. No, Aurelio's been around for a bit. He's a vampire. He and Vlad have history together. I mean, all 3 of our vampires kind of have a bit of history together. Soraka, Vlad, and Aurelio. But yeah, I think Aurelio is reconnecting with certain elements of his past and looking for further details. And who better to reach out to than Vlad Dracula? You know?
You might know.
And if there's a bit of other history there, then that's,
some
that
questions
just
about
so
this
happens to be.
history.
Aurelio really was like, "You up?"
Aurelio texting.
Never.
You wouldn't soil his fingers.
Fully handwritten letter. You up?
It
Welcome to
arrives like
Doorman.
4
Yeah.
days later, and Vlad's like, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, now, yeah.
4 days again later, sends it back.
The contrast between that and then like 2 millennials who will show up and definitely have smartphones. Like,
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
yes. Oh my
so
God, I'm so good.
excited.
Yes, let's talk about
Yes.
that then.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was
Did you
just going
finish
to say
Aurelio?
because, well, I did. I'm finished with Aurelio. He's done. Get him out of here. Go, get out. But I was gonna say because we kind of talked about this a little bit in our like group chat. But Rowan, were you thinking because we have like Vlad's caretaker, this elderly woman who looks after Adipose Manor? Is that what we're going with for Wynn's
Yeah.
connection?
I do have a very important
Yeah.
question about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's first give some context to the listeners and viewers. Is that yes, Vlad is in Vienna. Vlad runs a society of vampires and others sometimes called the Order of the Dragon, and its headquarters is in Vienna. He's been away for a while, but felt bad about that basically, and decided that he's going back home and try and get it up and running again. So that's why he's in Vienna, and yes, I guess he is returning to find out he has a new housekeeper. He had put the house into the care of a person he trusted a lot, and now there's a new him-bim in town, and
so yeah, I haven't really decided like much about what, but I think the house cover was gonna be Wynn's grandma.
yeah, okay, the grandmother, right?
Yes.
Kind of like
Would you want to name her? I had Lily in the back of my head for a while.
I like the name.
Lily? Okay.
Lily.
Okay,
So
Lily,
cute.
my most trusted person, and just how dare
Well,
you?
Getting old, and her
That's true.
grandson.
It was gone a while.
Yeah, and her grandson is, a university dropout and unemployed. So she was like, "Hey,
You
You're
get paid
maybe-
a stupid amount of money for what you do.
Yeah. It's free rent. Also.
It's
Yeah,
free
and
rent.
like, how long has it been since Vlad was even there? Like, it probably won't
I think
have much to do."
I think it would be like 95, so it's been like a good like 20 or 30 years since he's been there, probably.
That's longer than Wynn has been alive.
So
How old is
good.
Wynn?
Wynn's-
How old is
Wynn was Wynn was born in '98.
Oh,
I took
a
psychic damage.
baby.
Yeah.
Truly an infant.
Aw.
Yeah, so just kind of like thinking it's gonna be, I don't know, probably like a shorter term, not sure, but like not much to do, just figuring life out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
So how long do
it's
you think
fucking
you've been there?
I don't, a few months at least.
Okay, just a few months.
Yeah,
Oh,
not like super long.
Long
Okay.
enough to have moved in though. Like
Oh yeah,
You
I
picked
was
a
Yes.
fully
room.
living there.
And this is a big house. It's several rooms. I think probably like 6 guest rooms, and then the main master bedroom, and then two
Oh, yeah.
ballrooms and a music room and a den and a library and shit like that.
Definitely his Instagram is just like pictures of this insane house that he's now like
Oh my
looking after.
God. We gotta make a
The
mood board
selfies
together.
in the ballroom, and it's just like ballroom 2.
Yes.
Like-
Like, one of those, like, we're gonna do a house tour, and it just goes on for like an hour.
oh my god.
It's like
Is
6
Wynn an
hours later.
influencer?
No, absolutely not. Wynn has like 12 followers, probably.
It's because they don't tag anything on their account.
Yeah.
They won't use hashtags. They refuse.
Absolutely not.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. Yeah, definitely. I have my very important question. Do they know that Vlad's a vampire?
I want to say no, because I think that would be very funny to hear.
I think that's so
In real
funny.
time.
The fact that his name is Vlad Dracula is just a coincidence. What's
I
his
love
family
that vibe,
name?
though. Like, there's nobody
It's
cares and nobody looks
great.
into it that much. Because they're just like, oh, that
Yeah.
poor guy. Just what a terrible name.
He must have been
I
like
don't wanna make
bullied as
fun
a
of him.
kid. Like that must have been so awkward.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, okay, because like Lily probably knew, right? Like,
I want to say
I
Lily
fully
knew and gave you,
imagine
like, a
that
bunch
Lily-
of, like, crucifixes
Yeah.
before you went to the house.
and
Garlic
Wynn's
and
like, okay,
crosses.
sure. Grandma's religious, I guess.
Religious, kind of superstitious. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. But again, him
Never
being
make
just like,
garlic.
I put garlic in
Very
his
good.
eggs every morning. I think it makes him weaker.
That's very.
Rowan.
Has Lily every time that Vlad was actually in town? Has Lily actually just been low-key trying to kill him? Like, is that what we've established?
I love this.
It's to keep it on his toes, because if she was most trusted, then it's like a game. It's like haha.
Yeah. Oh, you'll give me next time.
And like a very like Tom and Jerry energy, where it's just like,
I could
A
did
bucket
you
definitely
of
put
kill.
garlic in my eggs again?
That's so cute, though.
Bucket of holy water on the door that like
She
entering.
makes a bath for him, and it's just full of holy water.
But it's basically just pranks. Like they're just like pranking each other. And it's very cute.
I love that.
This is good energy. I love this. This is good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so good. I assume, especially with present company, that Wynn will figure it out, but it will be good for a couple episodes of hijinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, like, Wynn does low-key have other reasons
Yeah.
for like wanting to be there, but we'll not get into that right away.
Secrets. I do love this idea, though. I was talking to Remick about this, is that everyone has like this motivation, everything. Vlad literally just wants to live with his boyfriend. That's his whole goal. Done and
That's
done.
it, you know?
He'll love me after this.
I mean, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. What about Soraka? Do we want to talk about your ties to the
Sure.
order and
Yeah, so I'm
Alabaster?
kind of like a longtime friend of Vlad. We've been friends for like 250 years or more. Guess like more than that, yeah. And so I've helped out a lot with the Order of the Dragon and with Adipose Manor. And I'm actually in Vienna to give a guest lecture on on some like Scottish history and like the history of the Gaelic language. And so while I'm in town, I'm of course gonna stay at Adipose Manor, hang out with Vlad, and yeah, just there for work and to hang out with my buds. And then shit's
Yeah.
gonna go down.
It's a good time. Maybe not. Maybe we just have a chill game and everyone.
This is great chill time, you know?
Well, you know, we don't have to do someone asked about combat earlier. We don't have to. It's just gonna be fun. It's just for fun.
And I don't think have I met. Oh yeah, we
would've
need to figure
met
out the Aurelio. Yeah,
you've I feel like Soraka and Aurelio have met, and I have an idea that I'm gonna pitch to
Okay.
you because I think
Yes.
it's very funny.
Ooh.
okay, good. Yeah, message
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have definitely started showing up after you were. I mean, you helped like rebuild, everything.
Mhm.
So there's 8 guest rooms, the master bedroom, and Soraka's room. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have my own room there. So yeah.
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 Soraka probably more than most knows about the history between Vlad and Aurelio.
Probably a lot
Excellent,
more
okay.
than he's uncomfortable with.
Yeah,
Just
Yes.
more
on a
more than she would
therapist
like to know.
More than anyone would like anyone to know. At this point.
All right. Yeah, you guys send me all the stuff. Send me all the things that
I'll
Soraka
send you the
knows.
tea.
So much tea.
There's a lot. Good.
Yeah. And then for Talia, I think Talia is the one that's coming in with a pretty blank slate.
Yes. She is recently working at a restaurant that probably is in Vienna proper. Very
Mm.
convenient to get to from the manor.
A walking
Potentially maybe
distance.
near a university. I'm thinking.
Mm.
Yes. Excellent.
Oh.
Don't know the name of the restaurant right now, but it should be named something like Fate-y, like fates. Like
Mm.
Ooh.
it's,
Fate
uh,
Face
soup. No.
desserts
I
or
was gonna say
something.
like
I
a
don't know.
butterfly's wing or something like that.
ooh.
Oh.
It has to be something
Ooh.
pretentious. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Is that
making
not pretentious enough?
no,
The
I'm
red
agreeing.
spoons of fate. All my
Yeah.
ideas are terrible.
Because it's like a nice restaurant. Like I was like, I'm thinking I'm like maybe Michelin, who knows? But it's
Hell
like
yeah.
it's
Why
a nice
not?
restaurant, which
Does
Vlad could very well go to.
did they own
course.
the restaurant?
No, they would just work there. So I'm thinking
Okay.
like they, a little bit of wanderlust and be like, you know what, I'll move away from
Mm.
wherever they were last living, and then suddenly like Vienna is a really good like place of culture, so that's where they eventually decided upon. And again, it's like
I'll,
fate.
I'll move
I
away from that cultureless hell that is rural Ontario. I'm so sorry.
no, I listen. I lived there. Can confirm.
I'll go to Vienna.
The cultural void that is rural Ontario.
I'm allowed to make fun of it. I did my time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
which also ties in like also we've already discussed like Talia will probably meet Vlad as like just like a restaurant goer meeting.
He's gonna
I
get.
feel like
He's gonna be that guy that tastes really good food. He's like, I have to meet the chef.
Please.
But he
Okay,
does
but-
have an ulterior motive.
But
yeah.
what if Sorka is with Vlad and they're at the restaurant
they
together?
both freak out for different
And then they're
reasons.
both like, yeah.
And-
yeah.
But then
could do
okay,
that.
because also actually that's a really good point because
Oh, guess he would just bring everyone along. Yeah, that's at the
Yeah.
house. So
or
you two win. Come.
wait no
You
or
two-
would Vlad go first initially by
Mm.
himself and then later is like, hold on, I have to bring everyone else after. What do you
Yeah.
want to do?
Recognize it.
I also have an important question for Talia because, like, we established like Win and Talia went to school together.
Yes.
Do they follow each other like on Instagram?
Is Talia one of their 12 followers?
followers.
Yes. I feel like maybe it's like a recent follow too. Like they probably fell out of touch, definitely. Because like Talia moved away.
Yeah.
I
But
do
it's
love
the
this
like
idea that Vlad doesn't follow it. Because
Because how would he know? He
It's
doesn't know.
house.
I cannot see Vlad having an Instagram. Like,
No.
Oh, okay, wait. Or so do we want Win to have brought Vlad? Because that would have been interesting. If we already are like, it'd be a funny like
What
pre-meeting
a
where it's
power
like,
move, though.
I bet
well, no,
that
it's
feels a
like
little
Bring your
bold for Win.
Win would not.
true. Oh, sorry, true. Sorry, I meant like more of like, like when you tell your boss there's a really nice restaurant,
Oh yeah.
or
yeah.
I don't know, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe something like that. I mean, we'll workshop that. But like, okay, yeah. So if they follow each other on Instagram, should they have? What if the Himbim moment is like Talia posts something of a restaurant there, be like, hey, that looks like Vienna, smiley face, something like that. Be like, it is in Vienna. Like,
It's like 3 blocks down.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Good.
great, good,
I love this.
and then they'll reconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Everyone's gonna meet at the restaurant is what I think will probably end up happening.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love that.
That's very cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, this is a really good point. Is like Sorka probably mentioned about her long lost love, but they probably also never realized that. Like, okay, it's really gonna be funny if Vlad, Sorka, and Aurelio go all the Spider-Man point where like, oh my god, it's her, but they don't.
Yeah.
They don't realize
They
that
have
We're
it's
connected
different
the dots.
versions. Yeah.
Because we don't have pictures. Like, I don't have a picture of your original character because it was the 1700s. Like,
I have a
and so it's
sketch.
it's just like, yeah, it's just a sketch, but it's like not great. And it's like,
it's Ramona Flowers like type drawing.
yeah. And like,
Wait, but it has the hair curls. Like you should have known it was the hair curl.
yeah. And it's really funny. And then we never connected the dots and it was the same person.
Aww. I like
It's
that
very
a lot.
cute.
I love this. Hell yes. That feels like about a good amount of teaser
Yeah.
I think
intro,
that was a
right?
lot.
Pretty good. Hee hee hee. Now there's more time for me to plot.
Yes, and we have a better idea.
Excellent.
So good.
Yay. Okay, perfect. Do we have things to say as an outro? Should we go around and say our names one more time? Yeah.
Sure. I am Lee Baldwin. That's me. Coming soon. Vlad Dracula. All right. Who's next?
I'll go. I'm Rem. I'm Rem of the Realm on most social media. That's it. Hello. Goodbye. Good night. I'll toss it to you, Haley, again.
I'm Haley, she, her, and I will be Sorka, and I'm here. And now
This
B.
one.
Yes.
I'm here.
B, Talia, nice to see you.
Rowan, they, them, win. Has more followers on Instagram than I do, probably. Ignore me.
Good.
All right.